Hello and welcome to the video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to use the hover card widget from the Plus add-ons for Elementor. This is a great widget for developers. As long as you've got some knowledge of CSS and HTML and JS, then you're going to be able to create pretty much anything when it comes to cool hover effects. I'm going to show you how to do this in conjunction with dynamic linking and custom loops as well. I'm Jack with Jack in the Net, bringing you this guest tutorial on behalf of the Plus add-ons for Elementor. Make sure to subscribe to their channel, that way you're not going to miss out on upcoming video tutorials, and check out my own channel as well for all things WordPress. Now, let's get started. Okay, so if we take a look at the hover card templates, these give you some examples of what you can actually do with the hover card widget. You can get some really advanced and cool looking animations going on for your website. And the thing is, you can control position, content, display, everything that you see here you can control just using CSS, HTML and JS. So these are purely just examples. They're layouts that the Plus add-ons have done, but you can create anything with this. Okay, as long as you have that knowledge of CSS and HTML structures, you'll be fine. And of course, as always, if there is a layout that you like the look of, you can simply live copy it across from the Plus add-ons website. Check out the other live copy and paste video that we have showing you how to do that. Now, a couple of notes here. This particular widget is made for developers. As I've just mentioned, you can create anything, but you do need to have a knowledge of the structure of HTML and CSS, and obviously JS as well. If you don't have that, you're probably going to struggle with this. The other note is that this is a heavy widget, as it says here. It can be a bit slow when you first open it up inside the Elementor editor, okay? They want to make clear that isn't on the front end, it's just in the Elementor editor when you first start editing with the widget. Once it is loaded and you get going, it's absolutely fine. But those are the two really important notes that you need to know before we begin. That said, the first thing that you need to do is come on over to the Plus add-on settings and widgets, and you need to make sure that you have the hover card enabled. If you don't, turn it on, click on save, then come on over to performance, clear the cache, and do the same if you have any third-party caching plugins as well. Now, I'm going to show you how this particular widget works, how it's broken down, and just so that you know, you can also use this to create a dynamic list and also custom skin loops as well. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in this video, but just so that you know, there are also a couple of other videos showing you actually how to use these particular widgets and features in detail. So make sure that you subscribe and watch those as well. That way you're going to know how to get the most out of this. So let's start off by checking out the widget. This is the bit where it can be slightly slow to load on the first time. As you saw, there was just a few seconds delay there. It can be 10 or 20 seconds sometimes. Just give it that time to load in the first instance. Then you'll see that it opens up. And what you want to be doing is adding items. So if I actually grab the hover card widget to begin with, drag it on into the page, you'll see that you start with nothing and you need to add your first item. And then you're going to be building it up just like this. So, if we come back to this one and click into here, as you'll know, if you have coding knowledge, you've got your opening tags and also your closing tags as well. Now, the great thing about this is if you set an opening tag, such as a div, if we come on over to the close option, if you leave it on default, it's going to close this as a div as well. It's automatically closing it up. If you want to leave it open, you need to come down and you need to select none from here. Okay, likewise, if you were wanting it to start open, you'd need to be choosing none to begin with, and then obviously closing it off. From here, you need to be entering your class, such as image. From there, you've got your content. You can actually choose whether it's going to be text, image, HTML, style, or script. Obviously, if we choose text, then it's going to give you the option to put text in. Likewise, if we choose image, then you can go in and select your media. So what you choose here gives you the extra options. It makes them appear down there. That's your content option. We then have positioning. Again, depending on whether you choose relative or absolute, is going to change the options that you have down here. So if you're choosing an absolute position, then you can obviously start setting your offsets. And don't forget, you also have the option for your Z index as well, just down here. Likewise, we also have width and height options, so you can go in, pixels, VH, percentages, choose them from over here. And don't forget that you can always click on the little icon and switch between desktop, tablet, and mobile so that you can make sure that what you're designing looks good and is responsive across devices. We then have the options down here of the overflow. So for example, if you've got your backgrounds, you can choose whether you want it to be hidden or visible. Likewise, you can then choose this down here for the visibility, hidden, visible. Then you have your background styles, and bear in mind that everything you've got here, you've got the normal view and you've got the hover view. So you've got background type. You can go in, choose a color, choose a gradient, have an image, set your border types if you want a border. Obviously, if you choose a border, then it's going to give you the width options as it always does with Elementor. You've then got your border radius, box shadow, all things that you'll be familiar with from other widgets. You've then got the option to add in transition CSS and also transform CSS as well. Then you've got your normal CSS filters. And you can also control the opacity too. And as I've just said, that's for both the normal and the hover mode as well. You've also got the option to add in custom hover, so you can enter a class. And we've got the gradients and images as well. So by using these different options, you can build up your designs, but you do need to have that coding knowledge. If you don't, then you are probably going to be struggling with this particular widget. Okay, it is for developers. But if you do have that knowledge, you're going to understand exactly how this is all built up. We're going to design something in just a minute. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you how we can create a dynamic listing and custom loop using your hover cards. So we can then basically create things like this so that we've got dynamic content, but we can also have in hover styles over them as well. Okay, and this works with Elementor Pro and the dynamic linking. We are going to also be designing templates with Elementor Pro. Bear in mind, though, that Posymyth, the company behind the Plus add-ons for Elementor, have a new WordPress theme called Nexter. And if you use that, you're then not going to need the Elementor template builder. It is a free theme, but you can get a discount off the premium version. And if you are at all unsure about how you go about designing custom loops using advanced custom fields and dynamic linking, make sure to check out that other video that we've done, okay, because that explains it all in detail. Now what I'm going to do though is build up a design that we will then be using to create our custom loop with. I'm going to fast forward through the designing process because if you've got that coding knowledge, you're going to know how it works, and obviously what you design is very much up to you. That's the whole point of this widget. So we'll fast forward through that bit and then I'll show you how to link it up with the custom loop and dynamic listing. Okay, so that is the design complete, and we now have our hovering effect. But what I want to show you now is how to actually add this into a dynamic listing and a custom loop so that we could, for example, pull through all of your blog posts into a page using a dynamic listing, and then they could all have this hover effect applied to them. Now, to do that, what we need to use is the dynamic tag. So we could come into here, and instead of having a set image, we could use the dynamic tags. We could change that over to a featured image, and then you could do exactly the same thing with our overlay image. Okay, you could change that if you've got a different image that you want for each post, or we could just delete it if you prefer, get rid of it. And instead of that, what we could do is use the post title. So up here under text, we could make this become our post title, and then we could change the link. So we could make that again a dynamic tag and make it the post URL. So when you've done all that, obviously make sure to update it. Head on over to Elementor templates. So come to the dashboard, go to Elementor, go to templates, and then we'll call this one hover template. And we want to make it a section. Now create the template. While it's doing that, what I'm going to do is right click and copy our hover card design that we've just done. And then come on over. We don't need this, so we can delete it. And in our template, simply right click and paste. That's going to load it on into the template for us. When we've done that, we need to make sure that we can publish it. Then we can head on back over to our page, get rid of what we did, and load up a dynamic listing widget. So we can get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. And then what we need to do is find the dynamic listing widget, click and drag it on into the page. Again, make sure that you've got this enabled in the plus add-ons widget section settings. Okay, make sure you've got that enabled. Then you can go through these, choose your post type. We go through this in detail in the other video, as I mentioned, the dynamic listing and custom loop. So watch that and it will explain it all for you. But what we want to do is choose a custom skin. And then from here, we need to find the template that we just created. So choose that from the list. And then that adds in our template. And when we hover over it, we see that that is now pulled through our design that we did with the hover cards. And you can then use your dynamic listing widget to choose whether or not you want to have this in a grid style, masonry, metro, or carousel. And there are a whole bunch of different style options and things that you can look at. And as mentioned, we go into that in detail in that other video. So make sure that you go and check that one out now and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss out on new videos and you're going to know how to unlock all of the power of these amazing widgets. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, goodbye.